Hello, welcome back to Blender Social Life Learning. In this episode, I'm going to do a similar thing to the last one. Like if you have like a grid and then you have like a grease pencil kind of drawn on top of the grid, and you kind of wanna split the grid that way. But instead of having the actual grid, I'm just gonna use the edges, and I will do it all procedural, except for the grease pencil. I'm still gonna do some kind of drawing. Okay, so I'll delete everything and I'll go to the top view and I'll go to compositing right away. And okay, switch to the top and then create a plane, create a viewer, kind of plug it in. So that's like a normal grid, right? You can make like a number of grid like that, but that's not what we want. We just want to have like 2 by 2, scale it, center it. Yeah, something like that. That we can work with that. And I might need to move it down, otherwise we cannot see the grease pencil, but that's okay. Top view. Like I told you, we don't need the actual polygon face, we just need the edge. So that's what we have. I'm going to save this. Save SV grease pencil cutter. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is to draw some random strokes. So I can draw, just something like, oops, actually maybe something like that. Like this can simulate like a city district of some sort. The next thing we want to do is just like in the previous live loading, so I'll do exactly the same thing. I'll do it a little bit faster. We have multiple strokes, so vector interpolation, range, float, and we should be done soon. UV connection, yep. Edges, no slice. And if we check this guy, okay, this is like a separate thing. See, we have the edge, the square edge. This doesn't need to be square. Actually, it can be any kind of grid, like a shape of plane. And then the grease pencil, and hopefully they're on the same plane. I think they should be. And if they're not on the same plane, we can flatten it anyway. We need to join them together. So the stroke and the plane need to be joined. So we need to use list join, vertices to vertices, and edges to edges. We actually in this for this one we need to just worry about edges because we're gonna have the polygon face being generated procedurally. So, and combine them all, vertices and vertices, edges and edges, and we can hide this guy. Have another viewer draw and connect this. Hopefully everything works properly. Actually, we don't need to increase the level. Seems like level 1 is good. Mesh join and bake. If we bake it, we actually get a real objects. So everything was being generated inside Spreadshop apart from the grease pencil, which is withdrawn manually. Okay, so what's the next thing we can do is to use intersect edges. This one comes really handy. You see, this actually generate a point whenever there is intersection. It generates that points. That's going to be really useful for us. And we want to turn on remove doubles here. And I think we are done, except for we need to have some face being generated, so it's a fill holes. That's all the operations that you normally have inside a Blender modeling edit mode. So edges, polygon, and I'll increase the number of side, and I think that's actually pretty much it. To clean it up, remove loose, delete loose. This will delete all the points that being left over. So there you go. I think that's pretty much it. We actually get a clean looking mesh there. Oh, actually, we get, sometimes this give us this extra polygon face in the center. I don't quite like it, but that happens time to time on the face. So yeah, I think that's a little bit cleaner, of course, but we delete the middle part. So that's the only thing with this. The only unfortunate thing is, but maybe we can delete it. We can delete that extra face if we don't want it. So we should always take care of the extra bit. But everything is procedural, like I said. So if we go back to the plane, make some changes. Maybe we can even move it around, and we can increase the resolution. By increasing the resolution, it will be like following the grease pencil better, and sometimes you get actually like a cleaner mesh. So that's a good thing. With the grease pencil, we can add some kind of randomization as well. I'll do that real quick here. So this is grease pencil and interpolation, and we can add randomized input vertices here, or you can add like random noise. This will add some kind of interesting randomness, something like that. Increase the number of points. You will see that we might need to increase these fill holes. Mind you that fill holes actually have some kind of limitation as well on the number of holes it can fill. But I think if you nudge it, if you kind of nudge some things, if it doesn't work, you can nudge it slightly. See, like randomize the seed, and suddenly it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And like I said, the only limitation with this fill hole thing is that you have this extra big face for the whole thing. The inside is alright, but if I see, like I bake it and then you check the face, hey, there's like this extra face that you don't want, which is this big one. Delete only faces, and it should be clean now. See this guy, if we use supposed to be able to extrude it. There's a this one is pretty clean, I think. This one's also not too bad. I think they're pretty clean. We can like extrude individual. And scale it on the individual origin. We can even separate it, you know, like inside sphere choke, I guess. I think maybe the number of side we can control. See, it's that big one that I don't quite like. See, we can actually always check how many polygon we have here. List item and check our polygon data. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we only, if we slice this guy, instead of having it all, if we use a slice, so we grab our polygon data and just get the slice. We might be able to get rid of that extra one. See, okay, we can do it this way. So list item and find the one we don't want, which is the big one. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one we don't want. We just grab the other and plug it in. Apparently the middle one disappear somehow. That's interesting actually. Okay, so Blender apparently decided to reset itself. But I guess that there you go. That's a quick way you can like generate like kind of random map using Grease Pencil and Spreadshop. For the line itself, currently we are using Grease Pencil, but we can also generate the lines using Spreadshop. That's can be an idea. So in the end, we can have some kind of like a region for like a city district that we can use. Kind of like all these plates. We separate all the plates and then use the plates to generate our buildings. So yeah, that's gonna be for the next one. I'll quickly reopen. See what's going on here. So that extra polygon face annoys me a little bit. Actually, get rid of delete loose for now. So we have the vertices and we have the polygon face, and we want to check this guy out. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Where's the other one? We don't have the middle one, which is weird. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Yeah, this one I don't like. Just skip everything else. So we have this guy. Maybe I can just, I'll clean it up, delete loose. So we get this and then use another fill hole. Okay, this doesn't actually work, so well, but anyway, that's this is one way you can approach this. Wait a minute. It's a little loose. Oh, I know why. It's fill holes and the delete loose. I missed that one. I know what happened. This needs to be higher in order to get the middle part. Ah, that's weird. Save. And do list item. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how it should work. There's a 1 polygon flipped. So normal, flip normal, recalculate normal. This it's kind of tricky sometimes, you know, with the normal. Flip normals, recalculate normal, flip normals. Oh well, don't worry about the normal, I guess. Of course, we can always flip the normal using Spreadchalk as well. Just find that particular face and then just flip it. But in this case, if we bake it, now we have like a clean surface. So you can probably even use it as a like a straight path. And this thing's pretty clean. Yeah, I guess that's all right. That's you can do a lot of things with this, but that's an idea that you can use. Of course, you don't always need to use the plane. You can use like a circle, any kind of generator in Spreadchalk, and then for the crack, you just draw it using grease pencil, and this should actually work for all kind of design. It's you just be careful with the extra face, like the big face. You might need to delete it manually using nodes. So yeah, and then the number of here, like number of sides for the to fill the holes. That's also slightly something that you need to tweak. But other than that, this is how you can use grease pencil and to do the cutting, you know. But you draw the lines instead of cutting. Would be nicer is if we just use like the knife projection thing, like the in the previous live noding. But this is another way you can approach it. So this might be what you need. So yeah, hopefully you find this useful. If you have any question, feedbacks, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.